No, it's a bit like what we said before. You can make all this fair. You just have to make some hard decisions. You can do that. You can just make the decisions that have to be made, get rid of all the smokes and mirrors.
Play 17 games is the best way to do that.
17 games, extend the finals, make sure you get the same amount of number of games that you need to fulfil the TV rights. It can be done without too much problem if people are prepared to do it. Now, there's some sacrifices along the way, stadium deals, etc., but it can all work out over a 2-year period if you want to do so. However, let's get stuck into this because it seems to have stemmed from the AFL's great marketing decision to have opening round and the games up north, which you were a great proponent of with your WWOS hat on, but it has thrown the season out of kilter. It's as simple as that, and we all admit that, so let's find a solution.
Yep, we're in the solutions business. We're not going to keep whinging about it, even though we can give a gold medal for whinging in this game sometimes.
Yes.
So this is just the initial thing. I'll allow you guys to pick apart, and anyone else at home can. So still
play a full quarter, 9 games.
Full 9 games.
So we have a full round.
A full round. So we have the 4 northern state games, so we still get into that market. We give them a kick along, which is what we wanted.
And that's what you want from a northern state. It worked really well, didn't it?
Correct. Can we get the 2 home games for Western Australia? So, you know, they get to kick off their season over there. Can we...
So you'd make them against the South Australian teams?
Well, maybe. It just depends on, because there's a little asterisk at the bottom.
Yep.
But South Australian clubs will get the gather round, which everyone's complaining about. They get the additional home game.
Yep.
That's why South Australian clubs aren't necessarily thought of in this bit.
Yep.
3 games in Victoria. Can we maybe go to Mars and GMHBA? So you've got regional Victoria taken care of. And MCG. Now, there's the asterisk there for Premier gets home game to unfurl flag.
Yep.
I think there always should be a greater reward for winning the premiership. You should be able to nominate when you want to play it, and maybe who you want to play, but if you're a club who goes Friday night's us to unfurl the flag, or Saturday afternoon, or Sunday twilight, that's the little one. And if it's a Melbourne club, have it in Melbourne. Of course, interstate club, they can pick their time slot.
Can I come in with a late one, which wasn't discussed at any stage during your production meetings or anything else today?
It's unusual for you.
I was thought of this one. No, it's actually one from the past files. And coming out of COVID, I put the suggestion to the AFL that having had basically 2 years where there was no football in Victoria, why wouldn't we have the opening round where all the Victorian clubs played it in Melbourne so that every member could go and see their team? So adding on to that, we could actually have a derby in Queensland, New South Wales, South Australia, Western Australia, and all derbies in Melbourne, and then do that one week too. So then you can get your big northern states extravaganza, and it can take care of a few different things like this. I just think if we just weaponise the fixture rather than fix the fixture, we could get to a better position. What do you think of that idea, just off the top? Do you like that? Everyone in every state able to go and see their team play in round 1, having waited for 6 months.
Yeah, look, I'm not as sold on it as Jimmy's plan with the opening round to get it done.
Mine's better. Well,
the AFL's not going to move opening round now, are they? So,
and just on that, I think we hear Chris Scott all the time talk about what a compromised competition we have, and we need to take away the things that you can take away easily. So here it is why AFL clubs are complaining. These clubs on the left have had 2 buys already, and these clubs on the right, whether they're winning or they're not, haven't had one yet. So we need to stop that. That's an easy fix for it never to happen again. And I look at the buys across this year. Like, we've got 9 rounds where teams have a buy. Like, that just causes confusion. It causes unfairness. So I think we need to go back in time where we did have, so if we have Jimmy's opening round where everyone plays, well, you don't need to have buys in round 2, 3, 5, 7, 9. We take it out, and what we used to have, Ed, was let's do it across 2 weeks. Yeah. So it's fair for everyone, round 13 and 14, and we do have 2 games. So it might be that 14 teams have a bye in 1 week. To have 2 marquee games on a Friday and Saturday night. We're done in 2 weeks and we all move on, and it's fairness for everyone. I just don't see why it has to be that difficult.
Maybe we do with yours the first week, and that keeps everyone happy, and the similar one the next week, so that the supporters can get to a game. That's what I'm all about. You know, it's one thing doing it for the players and the rest. It's all about the supporters and these things. And after 6 months off, supporters want to be able to go and see their team play. Anyway, we'll sort it through. Other minds will get their heads around it. We'll try and figure it out at some stage.